Every year around tax season, we all hear the same thing. Did you file your taxes yet? But what if you're wondering something even simpler? Do I even need to file this year? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Joe, a licensed certified public accountant with over 10 years experience in corporate and public accounting. I have an extensive background in accounting, audits, and taxes, and I'm all about helping you take control of your money and live smarter. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on all notifications. And don't forget to check out our blog site where we post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you didn't make much income, worked part time, or freelance a little here and there, that's a very fair question. So today, we'll walk through how to know for sure if you need to file. In plain English, no tax jargon or confusion. This is probably a question I get most often from potential tax clients. So, let's start with the most important factor. How much money you earned last year. The IRS sets what's called a filing threshold. If you earn less than that amount, you might not be required to file at all. Let's use a quick example. Let's say for the 2024 tax season, which would have been last year, but you filed it in 2025. If you're single and under the age of 65, you need to file if you made $14,600 or more. If you're married filing joint, that jumps to $29,200 between both you and your spouse combined. And if you're head of household, which means you have qualifying dependents, it's $21,900. So if you made less than these amounts from all sources, jobs, freelancing, side gigs, you might not need to file a return. But here's the catch. Sometimes you still want to file even if you're not required to, because you could get money back. We'll go over that in a bit. Even if your income is low, there are some situations where you still have to file. Let's go through the most common ones. So the first common one is if you earned as a freelancer or self-employed income. If you made $400 or more from self-employment, think gig work, freelancing, or running a side hustle, the IRS expects you to file and pay self-employment taxes. That covers Social Security and Medicare contributions that your employer would normally pay for you. The second most common is you owe a certain special tax. This could include tips you didn't report to your employer. Early withdrawals from a retirement account, this is one that really gets people tripped up. Or penalties on a savings withdrawal if you took it out too early or too soon. If any of those apply, you'll need to file to report them. Number three, most common, is you got a 1099 or made an investment income. If you received a Form 1099, maybe from interest, dividends, or selling investments, you'll likely need to file, even if it's not that much money. And last common one is you're not claimed as a dependent. If no one else, like a parent or guardian, is claiming you and you earned income, you may need to file on your own. That is common for students or young adults just starting out. Okay, so now, here's the fun part. Times when you don't have to file, but you should anyway. Why? Because you might get money back. Here's the number one reason. You might be owed a refund. If you had a job where taxes are withheld from your paycheck and your income was below the threshold, filing can get you a refund of those taxes. So even if you're not required to file, it's worth checking. That money could be sitting there waiting for you. Reason number two, you might qualify for a refundable tax credit. Some credits are actually pay you money even if you don't owe any taxes. Some of these examples are the EITC, which is the Earned Income Tax Credit for low to moderate income workers, the Child Tax Care Credit for a parent or guardian if you have qualifying dependents, and the American Opportunity Credit. That's for those college kids who are doing their first 4 years of undergraduate studies. If you qualify for these but don't file, you'll never get them. And then reason number three is it helps you establish proof of income. Even if you don't owe taxes, filing can help you to apply for things like a loan or a mortgage, renting an apartment, or financial aid for school. Your tax return is like an official financial resume. It shows consistency and responsibility. If you're still unsure, here's a Few quick ways to check whether you need to file. You can use tools such as the IRS's Do I Need to File tool on irs.gov. It's free and takes just a few minutes. Add up your income from jobs, freelance work, unemployment, or investments. Check if you received any tax forms like W 2s or 1099s. Think about your situation. Are you self employed, a student, or claimed as a dependent? That makes a difference. When in doubt, it's usually worth filing. It costs little to try, and you could end up getting a refund. Let's sum things up. If you made more than your income threshold, file. If you're self employed or got a 1099, make sure you file. If you think you might get a refund or a refundable credit, definitely file. Even if you're below the limits, filing can give you a peace of mind and sometimes even cash back. Here's what you can do right now. Look up the current year filing thresholds. They may have changed slightly when I recorded this video, and they change every year. Gather your income info, such as your W 2s, your 1099s, or other statements. Use the IRS's online tools or free tax filing software to double check. And remember, filing doesn't have to be complicated. There are plenty of free tools and low cost tax services that can walk you through it step by step. So, before you skip tax season this year, take 5 minutes to check whether you need to file. Because who knows, the IRS might actually owe you money. If you found this helpful, give it a like, share with a friend, and subscribe for more practical, no jargon, no stress, just clarity tax tips. And come back next week to learn more about how tax refunds really work.